Greetings, Cap fans, and welcome to another episode of the Captain America Comic Book Fans Podcast. This is episode 276, and I'm your host, Rick Verbanis. I've got a co-host, best gosh darn one out there. His name is Bob Lucius. Oh, Bob. Forget about the curveball, Ricky. Give him the heater.
I
Nothing?
don't know who that is.
No?
No.
Well, that is a
Uh,
quote from Major League.
Major League.
You
Tom
ever see that?
Berenger, right? Has Tom Berenger? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, ages ago. Ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was I've watched The Natural a couple times, but Major League maybe once. Did it have Charlie Sheen in it?
Yeah. He played
Okay.
Ricky Vaughn.
All
Wild
right.
thing.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Now I can hear it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Give him the
right.
heater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why am I greeting you with a major league quote, Bob?
Well, because we're a major league podcast, Rick. What else? What else could be the reason?
Oh, it has nothing to do with what we're covering today, right?
Oh, it might have something to do because it
Hmm.
does have a baseball theme to this story.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what year did the movie come out?
I have no
Major League.
idea.
1989.
1989,
Yeah. What year did this comic we're covering today come out?
1990.
Well, I think I cover date of 1990. I think it
Yeah.
came out in late 89, but
Huh.
if not, January of 1990. Very,
Okay.
very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I figured, hey, that was a good tie-in with the comic we're covering today. And also, what's the name of Wild Thing again?
Ricky.
Yeah, and there's a Ricky in this comic as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about me. All right. We are covering today, Bob. This was your suggestion. It is Captain America War on Drugs one shot. This was one of those freebies that were given away at various locations, and it was in conjunction with the FBI in creating a story that, they were hoping to get to kids and teenagers and young adults and basically show
Yeah.
them that drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. Cap wouldn't do them, and come up with this story.
Yeah. I love these promotional comics, Rick. And Marvel's done a heck of a lot of them. Some more well known than others. Obviously, we've
Hmm.
talked about some of them on the show, but I just think these are nifty because a lot of fans don't know about them. Um, so I love exposing these little known gems to our listeners or reacquainting them in some cases. So I'm
Hmm.
glad we're going to get a chance to tackle this tonight.
Me too. And we'll get into that in a little bit. Bob, it is, oh gosh, when is it now? This is end of January. End of January. And you know what I'm drinking here, Bob?
Uh, is that pina colada?
No.
No.
I am having a mocktail tonight because I'm doing the
Oh,
dry January, Bob.
okay. All right. Dry January. Congratulations. Good for you. Good for
Well,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll see if we can how long we continue this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm also trying to still count my calories
Oh
and
my gosh,
you
that's a
know,
lot to bite off.
I
Yeah.
know. I turning over I wouldn't say turning over a new leaf. No, but I do have goals. I
Yeah.
have goals. You got any goals, Bob?
Yeah, I'm just trying to not eat chips for January. So
How's that
that's
working out, Bob?
that's it. It's well, substantially a success, but I faltered over the weekend because I went to the sandwich shop where my son works, and I ordered what he calls the Bobby Special, which is his own creation.
Is
My
that a
wife and I.
vegetarian?
It is vegetarian, so
No, he's a vegetarian, right?
he is.
And how is that? Because he's handling meat all day
Yeah.
for making sandwiches, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's fine. He does what he does, and he doesn't. Other people do what they do, and he's
Hmm.
okay with that. And so, he's okay. But the thing with this sandwich shop is every sandwich on the menu um, includes a crushed up bag of chips. Now, I don't mean like they
I
hand.
would turn those back in. I'd say, "Excuse me,
Yeah,
my bag of chips are crushed.
you
Can
would
I
think
have
that.
some?"
That's
Yeah,
what you know what, the first time I went there, actually his first day at work, I went there and ordered the vegetarian. And they were making my sandwich and they reached up and they grabbed and I remember very, very clearly it was a cheddar sour cream Ruffles, those little snack
they
bags.
have ridges.
And they open it and then they go, they crush it up. And I was like, what are you doing? But then they sprinkle it in the sandwich with all the other fixings.
Uh-huh.
And that's part of their deal. So every like sandwich on the menu uses a different kind of flavored chip. So I like to, so I'm trying not to eat chips in the month of January. That
Mm-hmm.
was a stumble, but I like to think because they were in very, very tiny pieces, they really didn't have many calories.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They're so small.
unavoidable.
How could they?
How could they? It was unavoidable though. So had to
Yeah.
support my boy.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing. I mean, I'm supporting my boy too. He is, um, he's an actor, but he's between gigs. So in order to get money coming in, I'm very proud of him. At the gym that he and I go to, he is now a fitness instructor there, and they do hour-long classes. So he's the instructor in these hour-long classes, and he took a couple months to get his certification. It's kind of a little surreal. I'm there working out, and I got my son telling me,
Get your
what.
knees up, Urbanus.
No, he he's
You're
not
weak.
he's not a drill sergeant, Bob. He's
You're worthless and weak.
no, 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 no.
That'd be fun though.
Yeah. Sure, I'll just be like, mm-hmm. And then later that night, I'm like, so
Catch up with your home.
yeah,
Oh, well,
yeah,
that's awesome. Awesome for him. Knock that out, get the certification. He's got that.
yeah, yeah. Learn
Make a
CPR, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, make a little extra money, get some
Hmm.
skills. That's cool.
So, and then my PT used to also be a trainer at one of these places, and he told me, he said, "You know what the most dangerous thing is at the gym?" And I'm thinking, I don't know, the bench press, putting too much
I
on,
was going to say the
some.
shower, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It turns out treadmill.
Oh yeah, I can see
Treadmill
that.
is the most, he
Yeah,
says, I have seen more concussions
yeah,
and cracked skulls with blood, and banged up, parts of the body from
yeah,
people
yeah,
just flying off these treadmills.
yeah. I've seen like video collections, on
Hmm.
YouTube and TikTok and things like that of just terrible treadmill
Yeah.
incidents set to music.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will tell you, back in, maybe I've already said this before, so stop me if I have. But back in, I guess, I don't know, late summer, early fall, I was going to this place, but it's a chain. So I went to another location where a friend of mine, she was going, and then her husband's teenage daughter. And so, uh, we got the treadmill. We started off on the treadmill because you go from the treadmill and then you go to the floor and you work out, right? And so we got three spots in a row on the treadmill. And I'm not a germaphobe, but I am conscientious. I am going to like get the wipes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then wipe down,
yeah,
the tread because people use
yeah.
it and stuff passes and stuff like so.
Uh-huh.
I wipe things down.
Uh-huh.
So, um, anyway, we get onto the treads, and I noticed, oh, I forgot to pick up the wipes because her and I were so deep in conversation that we walked right past it. I didn't think about it. So they're just walking. They're not jogging or running yet. They're just walking on the treadmill, and it's a warm up. So I get three wipes, one for all three of us, right?
Yeah, courteous. Yeah.
Yeah. And I go, now I want you to understand, I'm coming from the left. There's my tread, my friend's tread, and the daughter's tread.
Yeah.
Okay. I go and I put my foot up on my tread
Yeah.
my left foot, and I
Uh-huh.
reach over and I hand it to my
Uh-huh.
friend, and she
Yeah.
takes it. And then I go to do the same for the daughter, and I put my left foot up on my friend's moving tread. Okay. And she was just walking. It wasn't like, we're
Yeah.
talking 3 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I went shaboom. And like my knee went down, my
Yeah.
head went down, my elbow
Yeah.
went down. And I'm like, oh, next thing you know, I'm on the floor.
How
Like, I
how
don't
long
even,
ago was this?
I don't know, 6 months ago?
I think I remember this.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I remember some damage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And man, I got to tell you, uh, she stopped.
I just assumed you back talked to your wife, but now I know
she,
the backstory.
and so I was embarrassed as all get out. But of course,
Yeah.
I'm like jumping up real quick, like, I'm
I'm okay.
fine. You know?
Acted. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I get on and I'm jogging, and my friend, she's laughing. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." I was
Not in the
bleeding.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have
And, but
internal hemorrhaging.
I managed to do the whole workout, the whole hour, right? And then, the next week, I asked her, I was like, "Oh, are you up for going back on Saturday?" She's like, "No, I can't make it." And then this went over week after week after week, where she's
Uh-huh.
like, "No, no," because she has this new job, and I didn't realize she was traveling so much.
Yeah.
I thought she was so mortified to have me come back because we went to her location, not mine,
Yeah.
the one that
Right.
was near her home,
Yeah.
and she was just like, "No, no." So like this went on, and then finally, after a few months, I was like, "Are you just embarrassed to have me?" And she's like, "Oh no, Rick, I'm traveling for work," and blah blah blah. And she actually quit the gym for several
Uh-huh.
months, and now she's back. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Good story. Good story. But that explains the injury, so that's good.
Uh, I can't imagine what it would have been like if they were jogging or running on that tread.
Oh,
And
I know. Yeah.
I am mortified now. I literally like when we do like different phases, like right, like there's, you just what they call base pace, and then they have push, and then they have all out, and then you have in between those two. And I used to do a 10 on my all out. Now I'm like, I do a 9, and I'm still petrified as I'm running
PTSD,
that
post
I'm gonna.
treadmill,
Yeah. I still feel like I'm gonna like fall any moment.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, not awesome, but that's a great story.
Oh, Bob, I forgot. I didn't get much Captain America stuff for Christmas. But I did get this thing, and my in-laws gave this to me, and it came in where is it? It came in this. I'll show you the box first. So it came in this box, right? And it's Captain America metal shield. It comes on a stand, and I was like, oh, okay, that's nice, right? Um, and I'll have this little Captain America shield on a stand. Okay. Uh, what came with it though is really cool was this little book, and it says, can you read that?
Mini history of the first Avenger
Yeah.
with an
And
Alice Ross.
yeah, and it's got basically um yeah, each page has stuff. It has writing in it, and then it has
It's the Red Skull
stuff from car.
series.
Yeah, it has some really cool stuff in here.
Yeah.
So I haven't really read it yet. I'll pick that up. But here's the thing I didn't realize. This thing
Yeah.
makes a sound of Cap's shield flying and ricocheting.
Come on.
Now, I'm going to, when you pull it out, it makes the noise.
Uh
So that's what she said. Uh, so anyway, you it I don't know if it'll come across on the microphone, but
huh.
tell
All right.
me if you hear this. Ready?
No, didn't come across.
No? That's a
No.
shame.
No. It's a
No,
nice
that's
little
a shame.
shield, though.
But
Nice little
yeah, it
shield.
goes, ching, 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 ching. It's really cool.
I feel like I'm going to be replaced.
Well, you lucked out because it doesn't come across on the microphone. Actually, it
Thank
probably
goodness.
did. And you're like, no, I don't hear
Didn't hear
anything.
a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Didn't hear a thing.
um,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. All right, Bob, maybe we should get to today's comic. What do you think?
Yeah. All
All right.
right.
So I want to point this out. Bob chose this comic,
I did.
and I I don't ha- I don't think it had anything to do with the drugs in the U.S. situation going on right now. Uh,
Oh, come on. I'm a simple man.
uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Um, but here's the cool thing, listeners, and I will share this link in the show notes. This is a legit, uh, not a pirate site. This is actually the university library's digital version. The UNT digital library uh, copied each one of these pages and posted it. So if you don't have this issue, check out the link that's in the show notes, and you can go on their website and check it out. Um, and it's kind of funny, Bob, because it describes the comic book as a pamphlet,
Yeah, pamphlet.
a graphic pamphlet
Yeah.
about a young baseball player who uses illegal drugs under the influence of an alien and Captain America's efforts to help him. And
I
then, yeah, it's kind of funny.
I'll wager, not really, but I'll make a suggestion here that two things. One is it's described that way on, I think it's the University of North Texas or North Tennessee or something like that. I think North Texas. They describe it that way, and it is on their site because it was paid for at least partially with taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
And it's described as a pamphlet because that's probably how it was described in the purchase order, the contract with Marvel.
This pamphlet is part of the collection entitled Government Comics and was provided by the UNT Library's Government Documents Department to the UNT Digital Library, a digital repository hosted by the UNT Libraries. It has been viewed 78 times, with 12 in the last month. So we will know, listeners, if this actually worked.
Yeah, if you
We
did
can
your
go in
homework.
here at any time and check it out to see how many people have viewed this.
Well, I'd like to see what else is in their digital repository of comics, government
Yeah.
comics. So it might be fun to poke around.
It may very well be.
Yeah.
Creator information. So the writer is Peter David. Rest in peace. We lost in 2025. Peter David. Wow, what a fantastic writer. Just a, you know, as far as the volume of his work is absolutely incredible, and but his writing also, I was always a big fan of. Um, Most people may associate him with Incredible Hulk, X Factor, Spider Man, because he had been on these characters for 5 to 8, 9 years runs. I mean, we're talking that those are tremendous runs, Bob.
Yeah.
That just to give you some context, it's his Incredible Hulk run was maybe 80% of what Mark Grunwald did for Captain America.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's substantial.
it is. He's never done a real Captain America comic book. He's done a few things that had Cap in it, not very many, but he had a
Mm-hmm.
few. So this is actually kind of a unique one for him. They end up making a sequel to this in 1994. Maybe someday we'll get to that. And Peter David wrote that one as well. Um, he's uh, he's known for, well, like I said, he's done so many runs on so many things, but he's the co-creator of, well, actually, no, I wouldn't say co-creator. He was the creator of Maestro, which was the Hulk, future imperfect villain. He was the creator of Spider-Man 2099, a bunch of other characters. So he is the writer. So you're getting a legit writer with this one. Sal Velluto is the artist. Now, Sal um, had a pretty impressive career in comics. He started out in 1988 with doing Power Pack, and then he launched the Mark Spector Moon Knight series. And the funny thing is like that's what he was doing when he did this. So that series ran for 2 years, 24 issues, and towards the end of that, he did this particular comic, and then he went on to do some runs on other series, Justice League Task Force, Bloodshot for Valiant, Black Panther. He did for a few years for Marvel, so he's been around as well.
That's an impressive career right there, Rick. And I got to tell you, I wasn't all that familiar with Sal's work, uh, but did a pretty stand-up job on this issue. So
Yep, it does have a, I would say, a early 80s feel to it
mm-hmm.
as opposed
Yes,
to early 90s feel to it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith Williams is the inker. Friend of the show, Bob Sharon, is colorist. Rick Parker, letterer, and editor, Marcus McLaurin. The cover was done by Jose Marzan Jr., also touched up by John Romita Sr. Bob, you want to take the listeners through the cover?
Yeah, it's a fun cover, right? A bright yellow background with a bunch of green grass on the bottom, and we see Cap front and center, and he's throwing a shield toward us. But in between us, in stone, big letters that look like they're carved out of stone, is drugs. And he's hurling the shield right through the middle of those stone letters from behind, cracking them in half with several kids. I think there's one, two, three, four, five. What's 5 kids, 6 kids behind him, in various late 1980s attire. One of them with a big old boombox on their shoulder. Rick, did you have a
Mm-hmm.
boombox?
I did. Of
Yeah.
course I did.
Did you walk around with your hat sideways with the boombox on your shoulder? I did. That's for sure.
I did not.
You did not. All right.
No.
So this resonates with me. And those kids all behind him. And, they kind of look happy. Some of them look happier than others. Some of them look like they're cheering, giving the peace sign, but they're fully supportive of Captain America. And that's what counts, Rick.
And he's got a smiling face. So he looks very, very happy as he's throwing his shield through the drugs font, right?
Yeah.
And on the top, it says produced in cooperation with the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yeah. Now,
FBI for you and me.
yeah. There's a lot of variants of this particular book, Rick. I think there's like 9 or 10 of them.
What?
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, because as they were promotional, a lot of them were distributed by various supermarket chains, and the Guardian Life Insurance Company, which I'm sure you remember as being the bad guys in our
Yep.
last Tumblr 2 story.
Mm-hmm.
In real life was a sponsor of one of the variants. And so, yeah, it can be quite a challenge to pick up not just that first version that came out
Mm-hmm.
directly sponsored by the FBI, but all the other ones that were sponsored by various. I have several copies, different copies. I'm reading the Wald Baum's Food Mart
Mm.
version
Mm-hmm.
tonight, and this one, Rick, is a little bit different than probably the one you're looking at because it allows you to save. I can't see it. Save over $33 from coupons inside this particular issue. So I got a lot of coupons
Oh wow, you sure
that
do.
that I can pages and pages of coupons.
Oh,
So
that's fantastic.
yeah, so I might get hungry as we're going through
I
this.
know. What store is it for again?
This is Waldbaum's. Now
Do they even
Waldbaum's,
still exist?
they don't exist. They were bought out by A&P. Do you remember A&P?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, they were bought out in '86 by A&P, and then A&P went bankrupt. And so all the Waldbaum stores were closed in 2015, but they were mostly in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and in Massachusetts. So
If they were bought out in '86 and this comic came out in late '89, early '90,
yeah,
that
well,
doesn't
they
make any
still
difference.
went there were still stores that went. There were about 120 stores that
Oh,
went
okay.
by Waldbaum's, even though their parent company was A&P.
Okay.
But
Gotcha,
they
gotcha.
they were among the first closed when A&P went bankrupt. So
I take that back, Bob. I'm getting some mixed messages here. Um, MarvelFandom.com has
Yeah.
cover date 1991.
Oh, interesting. Which 1991. Huh,
Yeah,
interesting. I thought like
yeah.
oh, I think maybe that first variant. When did it come out? I got my notes
But
here.
when I go on to the complete Marvel reading order
Yeah.
and I look up Captain America, it
Yeah.
actually is listed here. So that tells me it's 616.
Yeah. It is 616. Yeah.
And this one
It's canon.
says January of 1990.
Yeah. I do think the FBI first edition came out in 1990. A lot of the store variants came out in 91.
Okay.
So they weren't, and they weren't necessarily considered second print. So there were Spanish language versions. Each of the
Mm-hmm.
supermarket chains also came out with a Spanish language one.
Mm-hmm.
They were just reprints.
Well, in the corner box is the current Captain America series corner box, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And so that's the Kieran Dwyer cap that is running with a smile on his
Mm-hmm.
face. Um, and so this came out right around the time for the Captain America series was they were doing Acts of Vengeance. So if you remember that, Ron Lim was doing the artwork on Captain America at this time, and this is later in 1990. The summer of 1990 is when they did Streets of Poison. So that's when you really get Captain America with drugs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we opened it up, and on the inside cover of the original, it has a whole slew of numbers of Department of Justice, FBI, for each state, and you can go on there and there's numbers to call. And it says the development and first printing of this special comic book have been accomplished through the support and efforts of the Marvel Entertainment Group, the FBI, the Office for Substance Abuse Prevention, the American Council for Drug Education, and the National Institute on Drug Abuse. And then they have who the reviewers are. So very handy dandy. But the funny thing is though, it's listed by city, not by state.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think every state's not represented. So I think these are, the major, at least at that time, like maybe the major FBI offices, districts and state offices.
All right. So we get to the opening splash page, and it is a big splash page. And, we throw that around a lot, but we don't always define it. And a splash means it's one big panel, right? This splash page is one big panel. There's not multiple panels that you would see usually on the inside of the comic. So the opening page usually is a splash page, and this one is like normal, and it says Stanley presents Bob.
High heat.
Now that gets back to my opening to you, right? Throwing the
Oh, you're
heat.
right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Nice. Nice.
And what we're looking at is a monitor looking at Captain America. And Cap is on the top of a building. And what's he doing, Bob?
He's bursting through a skylight,
A
Rick.
skylight.
Yeah.
Ah, and it says somewhere. Well, we all know it's New York, right? Because the skylight capital of America. Uh, and what they're looking on the monitor. So Cap's busting in, right, to this late at night at this through the skylight into a lit room, and there's people looking at him up, and they're surprised and shocked. But when we pull out from that view, we see the monitor. It's how would you describe that hand, Bob?
Yeah, I mean it's creepy, right? It's well, first of all, it's green, with elongated fingers, and thumbnail fingernails that look very long and almost knife-like on the appendages. So it's clearly not human, Rick.
Now you say green. I say green and yellow. My copy.
Trello, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's like the underneath of the hand is green, whereas the
yeah.
top of it is yellow. I don't know if your copy's different than mine.
Well, yeah, it's It's in between green and yellow for sure. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, it is pretty alien-like. Ah, there he is. The one I told you about. The human called Captain America. I believe he's about to perform serious breakage upon some other humans. Watch carefully. This may be educational. It's about to perform some serious breakage on other people, Bob.
He really is.
I like
Yeah.
that term. We turn the page and we get into the scene where Cap lands. And he does the hero land,
He
Bob.
does. I love that hero land. Yeah.
Right? MCU made it famous,
Yep.
but he lands with the hero land. And the glass from the skylight is falling down around him. And the guys, a bunch of grown men are in the room. There's probably half a dozen or so, and they're in a looks like they got a table with some lab stuff on it. So it looks like they're making some
Like
creating some.
maybe it's a science class. Maybe it's like
Yeah,
an adult education science class.
could be.
Yeah.
Don't think so. And a lot of them are holding different types of machine guns. Bob, what kind of machine guns are they?
Oh yeah. Well, one of them's got it looks like some sort of grease gun. I don't know what that is. That's like a it looks like an old maybe World War II era grease gun, and the guy behind him looks like he's maybe like a poorly drawn M16, and then
Mm-hmm.
one guy's reaching for a handgun.
Mm-hmm. All right, gentlemen, your drug ring is officially shut down. If you study your options, you'll realize that peaceful surrender is preferable. Maybe for you, flag waving windbag, but not for us. And they open fire on him.
Butter, 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 butter.
Pity. And Cap knocks one out with his fist, kicks another at the same time by and also putting up his shield on a third assailant. Come on, jerks, we could take this guy. You see that shield of his? Well, shoot where it ain't. Now, Bob,
Finally.
right?
It took a promotional comic
Yeah.
from the FBI to finally point that out.
It took Peter David
Maybe
to
that's it.
write
Yeah.
it finally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see the shield? Stop firing at the shield. Fire where the shield isn't. And
It draws my attention.
yeah. Next page. That might be a problem, you see, as others have noted. My shield tends to be everywhere. And throws his shield, hits one guy, and then it's ricocheting else. Cripes! In fact, people are always shouting observations about me. He's only one man. He's got no superpowers. He's just some old fossil. And he's making short work of the guys. And many others I'd share with you if you were still conscious. Oh, was that a little
Ouch.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
a little
that's
put
catty.
yeah.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he's outside and the FBI are there. Well, I don't know if it's the FBI. It just could be FB.
It could be the FB. Yeah. It's hard to say.
Excellent work, Cap. You made us look good again. You'd do just fine without me, Demery. Oh, and give Kathleen my regards. Shakes his hand.
Rick, do you remember how popular, I think it was in the 90s, those female body inspector t-shirts were at the beach? Did you ever have one of those?
I haven't thought about that in forever.
No, I just yeah.
That's
Those
what
were
you think FBI stands for?
super popular back, I think, in the
Uh,
90s. Yeah. Anyway.
and then we cut back to that yellow hand and the monitor. You're right. Most educational. How do you suggest we proceed, Commander? After all, we have been assigned to determine whether or not the Earth is a worthwhile conquest for the Zin. What shall our report be? To be blunt, Second, I am not yet sure. These humans remind me in many ways of the halvings of Urigi 3. But that's the answer then, Commander. We then obliterated the Havings. Yes, second, but we intended to subjugate them, not obliterate them. Certainly, obliteration has its time and place, but it is a waste of effort. The Havings had a certain dedication and fundamental sense of worth that resisted conquest. They fought to the death as a race. Who needs that aggravation? And I sense these same qualities in humans: the joy of life, an undying hope, and a determination to fight for both. Even if the Zen overcome Earth's weaponry and conquers them, we might never crush their spirit. Eventually, the humans would rise up, perhaps even destroy us. So, what you are saying, Commander, is that they will be difficult to conquer? That we should not even try? Not at all, for you see, they have a fatal flaw. They pollute their minds, subject themselves willingly to addictive drugs that can destroy them. Although they can raise themselves to greatness, they are still capable of dragging themselves down again. But look, Commander, some resist. Some second, but not all. Humanity may be impossible to subjugate from outside, but from within, it's possible, if they are sufficiently malleable. We shall conduct an experiment. I shall select 4 young people from a cross section of humanity. 4 special individuals who have the potential to be major contributors to mankind. People with special skills and abilities who could be influential if allowed to develop. Now, though they are young, their thoughts pliable, we shall see whether they can be swayed into self-destruction. If half of them are, that will be enough to prove that mankind's resolve is not that strong, and humanity can be overcome. Now, let us choose them. So, Bob, during this entire
What?
time,
Yeah.
we never see the aliens,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
It is, we just see the hands,
Right.
and,
And
and
their
and
ship.
maybe, yeah, and yeah, we see inside the ship, we see outside the
Yeah.
ship, but we never really get to see the aliens.
Yeah. Right. But we do get to see, as the commander is talking to his second, we see a number of different video screens, and it's showing scenes of life on Earth. All right, people with children and soldiers and people, being joyful, and then it shows a series of images of young people being approached by a drug dealer, and they resist him and run away, and other adults chase off that drug dealer. So we see what is happening in society and the temptations that the Zen are talking about.
Yes, so we cut to the next page, and now we see a young student, high schooler, who is sitting in his bedroom, and he is on his computer, and he's got like little posters of Captain America up everywhere.
I love that.
Yeah, he's got a skateboard.
Hold
He's
it.
got a,
Looks like your office, Rick.
could be.
Yeah.
And now we hear the inner monologue of the student. Dear Captain America, my name is Keith Wilson, and I've been with the Teen Brigade, looking out for any trouble you should know about for a couple of months. Maybe this is out of line because it doesn't involve supervillains. Doctor Doom isn't knocking over the 7-Eleven out here in Columbus or anything. But I don't know where else to turn. I play first base on our high school team, and my best friend is our pitcher, Mitch Baskin. Mitch is incredible. High 90s, pinpoint accuracy. Already people say major league for sure. Major league, Bob.
Hmm.
But lately, something's wrong. His mind wanders. He seems out of breath, not himself. We just figured he was nervous about the upcoming state championship game. But then the other day, I saw him talking to some guy who handed him something. I called out to Mitch, but he ran off. I didn't notice where the other guy got off to. Now Mitch won't even talk to me, and I don't want to get him into trouble, and I don't have any real proof that he's involved with something bad. And nobody wants to hear that there's a problem with Mitch anyway. They're too pumped up about the game. I'd understand if you're busy saving the world, Cap, but I need advice. Something. Thanks. Yours truly, Keith. And we see him typing this, and we see some of the images of what he described. And then the last panel is there's Cap reading the email that Keith sent. And he's got his uniform on, but his mask down. And he's contemplating. And I just want to point out right underneath Cap's star, do you see that stripe, Bob?
In the red stripe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Bob Sharon.
Bob's on the job.
All right, next page. Later that night on a Columbus Street corner. And we see that that picture that he was talking about, Mitch, but he's just kind of hanging out. Uh, he's got that pose, Bob. You know that pose where, they hanging out with their back up against the lamppost and
Yeah.
that one knee bent with the foot
Kind of
at the base of the lamppost and their arms crossed.
Kind of a James Dean pose.
Totally.
I've got a picture of my dad in the like 1950, maybe. I think 1950, probably a sophomore in high school, with that exact same pose, talking to my mom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Just great. Big games tomorrow. Everyone's counting on me. They all pick on me just because I can throw a baseball fast. Man, I don't need this pressure. I never wanted this. I just wanted to be like everybody else. Why can't I be like everybody else? You can, Mitch. And there's a guy putting his arm on his shoulder, and he turns and he looks surprised. How would you describe this, Bob?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's Nick Cage. And a cowboy hat.
Yeah, yeah. And a heavy jacket.
A heavy jacket, yeah.
You look at it happen by. And then I'm a baseball fan. I help you out. Come on.
I'd go with it. Go with it.
No. You can, Mitch. You're lucky I happened by. And that I'm a baseball fan. I'll help you out. Here, same stuff I gave you before. Made you feel better, right? I don't know, Harry. Maybe, but then I felt tired and stuff. That's only in the beginning. Where do you get this stuff anyway? Same place everybody else does. You wanted to be just like everybody else, right? Well, everybody does this stuff. Trust me. The coaches and all your friends, they just hang around you to feel like big shots because they know you'll be famous. Me? I'm unselfish. I'm your only real friend, Mitch. You're lucky we've met. Yeah, I suppose you... Harry? And he turns around, and he's gone. Next page, it's the middle of the day, and it's the baseball field, and it is the big game. And we see Mitch on the mound, and he's about to throw, and there's a whole bunch of noise coming from the stands, Bob.
Come on, Eagles! Yeah,
Go,
get them!
go Eagles!
Oh.
Right?
I got Rick all fired up.
I'm sorry. I thought it was something else. All right, go ahead.
Get him! No, bada. Get this bum! That's my boy out there pitching.
I've heard good things about him. And we see, looks like Steve Rogers in the stands, right?
And he still has his hand on his chin.
He does. It's like it hasn't moved since the computer. Come on, honey. You can do it. And he throws the pitch, and there's a swing at the bat.
Crack!
And boy, and the stands go wild. And a couple of the players come up to Mitch. Boy, that one went so far it should have had a stewardess on board. What a homer. Come on, ease up. It was just one pitch. And the catcher comes up. He is not having any of it. Yeah, one pitch that only tied the game. That fastball had nothing on it. Bear it down, Mitch, will you? Sure, sure. And then we see Keith. Mitch sure looks shaky. Captain America didn't show. But he's got better things to do than some dumb high school ball game. Come on, Mitch, bear down. Blow it past him. Show him the heater. Oh, Bob. Show him the heater.
No, Maynard.
High heat, Mitch. High heat. Bear down. Get this bum. Get him. Concentrate. Blow it past him. Do it. Do it. Do it. And it gets to him. And he throws a fastball, but it hits the batter in the head.
Crunch.
Ricky. All right, Bob. So this is the part where I feel like I just need to get a little bit more love from you on the opening I gave. Right? It was Major League, it was Give Him the Heater, and it was Ricky. I mean, and the
Okay.
year. I
Yeah.
got it all,
No,
Bob.
you did. You nailed it all. I hesitate to ask how much time you spent pulling that together.
You are right in hesitating to ask.
It was a
But
lot, folks. Yeah.
but anyway, the kid's on the ground and he's like looks knocked out. Get him some air. Call 911. Somebody. And uh, next thing you know, Cap is coming out of the stands with the shield strapped to his back. Everyone, stand back. Look, some nut in a Captain America costume. No, it's him. It's really him. Call an ambulance. Wait. And he sees a police car driving away. You know how you can tell it's driving away, Bob?
It's got the smoke coming out the tailpipe, Rick.
Yeah. And inside the car, we see two police officers. Looks like an argument at the ball field. What else is new? Just ignore. Holy! And they put on the they slam on the brakes, Bob.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I got so caught up in the action. Scream!
And you see the shield basically kind of act like a boomerang in front of the car that was pulling away. And I like this visual because the star on the front of the star in the center of the shield is in a blur.
Yeah, it's in motion. I love it.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
You don't. It's a great attention to detail.
Yeah. Mitch goes up to the fallen kid. I'm sorry, man. My control was off. My head was messed up. And Cap, catching the shield in his left hand, want to tell us why your head was messed up, Mitch? Is there something you've been putting into it? And one of the uh, other kids on the other team, yells, "What? You were high before the game? You moron! You come into a game throwing fastballs and your brain is fried? You could have killed someone. Maybe you have." That's enough. Hold him back, coach. Ah, I thought my shield would grab the police's attention. And sure enough, they came back. And then we see on the next page an ambulance pulling away. I guess the umps were right to call the game. No way we could have continued after this. It's my fault. I should have done something sooner. I didn't know who to go to. There are many agencies that could have helped, Keith. Most of them in the yellow pages under alcohol or drug abuse. Plus, national toll-free numbers like 1-800-622-HELP. But at least you took the first step, son. You contacted somebody. And then Mitch's mom and dad show up. If anyone's to blame, it's us. Why wouldn't Mitch come to us if he was having problems? Because of me, Joni. He figures I would have just shouted. And he's probably right. I'm such a jerk. And then the coach comes.
Oh my gosh.
We're in the same club, Mr. and Mr. Baskin. He's just a kid, and I pressured him too much. Maybe Cap's not having any of it. And he throws his thumb pointing back at the building. People, inside this office is a boy who needs our support. Not a lot of breastfeeding. Now, let's go in and show him we're behind him, and we want to help. Mitch, he's gone. And it looks like he went out the window. Yes, so I've noticed. And we cut to Mitch running away. I've blown it. I've blown everything. They all hate me. They know I'm not Mr. Perfect anymore. I've screwed it all up. And it's the dealer guy.
Yeah, Nick. Harry.
Hey Mitch, you look upset. Got something that'll make you feel a lot better though. No, it won't, you crud. Everybody hates me, and it's all your fault. Now come on, Mitch. And he goes and he punches him.
Crunk.
And that's a weird sound, but we know why it's a weird sound because he basically demolished the looks like a plastic enamel ceramic type of mask.
Yeah.
Oh, oh dear. Huh, I thought it was more durable than that. Get away from me. You're some kind of monster. You proud of me?
Oh my God, this is a momentous occasion. I hope our listeners are, I know they're all lifting a glass. They're toasting this event, Rick. So go down in the anals.
So go down in the what?
The anals.
Please never say that to me again. And then he turns a corner, and who's there, Bob?
It's the kids from the other team, and they're all carrying baseball bats.
Well, how's this for luck? It's Mr. Potato Head, the one who's maybe killed Ricky with his goofball fastball. It was a monster or alien or something. He's the one who gave me the drugs, him, and he points back where he ran from. Great. Now he's seeing things. Our teammate's in the hospital because you wanted to mess with your head. So we'll mess it up some more. And someone takes a bat, hits him in the stomach so much, Bob, that his blood's coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's some internal hemorrhaging.
Come on, Tony, that's enough. Enough? No way, man. I want him to feel what Ricky's feeling, man. Yeah, Tony's right. No, boys, Tony's wrong. Now, I'm looking at these bats, and on one of the bats, it's got like these gigantic,
It's a donut.
yeah, like these heavy metal
Yeah,
weights they put at the end.
right.
That gotta hurt when you hit
It's gotta
somebody.
hurt.
I feel like I'm watching, what was it, the Wanderers or what was that movie based on the book?
Oh,
The Warriors?
the Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you know, Rick? There are coupons in here for those powdered donuts.
Oh boy.
That's awesome.
But coming off panel, you hear a voice. No, boys. Tony's wrong. And we turn the page, and there's Cap standing up to them. Beating one boy to a pulp won't lessen the pain of another. Now, why don't you move along? Oh, yeah? Why don't you move along? And he goes and throws his bat at, or goes to swing his bat at him, and Cap puts his shield up. And then he knocks another one over. Makes a sound.
Cool.
Because I think it would be unwise. As unwise as you attacking me. You can't stop us. There's four of us. And not only that, but I'm on the school boxing team. And he goes to throw a left at him. Besides, you're just one old man. Cap catches the fist.
Boom.
Ah, but I have the strength of 20 old men. maybe more. Ah! It ends here, gentlemen. Mitch has enough problems without you aggravating them. And if I hear you've been pursuing this, I'll be back. I may even be annoyed. And the boys run away. Yes, sir. And Mitch stands up and starts yelling at Cap. You're going to give me the whole drug talk now, right? Going to throw stats at me, show me charts, the whole bit? Well, go ahead. I'm ready for it. Are you sure? It's pretty tough to hear. Oh, I've heard all the bits, seen the commercials. Go ahead. Give me the whole stupid speech. Go on. Okay, here it is. We're on your side. That that's it? That's it. Oh, it's just that I was so tired of being down because of this gift of mine. I just wanted to be like other people. Don't you understand, Mitch? Everyone has some sort of gift or talent. Drugs just destroy the gift you have. And as for feeling down and unhappy, that's normal. Everybody feels that way. No one can or should feel happy all the time. That wouldn't be normal. It was an alien monster that gave me the stuff, but you probably don't believe me. Whether I do or don't, doesn't matter. Guess not, because bottom line is, I was the one who took it. It was my decision, just like it's my decision now to never mess with that stuff again. I think you'll be surprised at the number of people who will back you on that. A few of them are waiting at the coach's office. And Mitch heads back there. Cap stands there and watches him walk away. That boy has quite a bright future. And after his baseball career is over and he's in the Hall of Fame, he can write science fiction. Space monster, drug pushers. What an ama- And he looks at the broken face mask on the ground and picks it up. And he stares at the sky, in the dark sky. Hmm. The end for now.
Wow.
All right, Bob. What do you think? What do you
Well,
think?
I'm reconsidering some life choices. It's a good story. It is perfectly in line with a lot of what these promotional, comics, promotional pamphlets, after school specials.
Mhm.
You remember there was a whole what was it, drug abuse resistance education program, DARE. Remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. My
back in
kids
the
went
day.
through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did a lot of research on that and found that it wasn't very helpful. And because it focused on sort of the message, like in a comic like this, which was very superficial, like just stay away, just say no, um, rather than focusing on the addiction message. Um, just what the researchers have said. So a lot of folks have like criticized this sort of effort,
Hmm.
but I think it's like certainly wasn't harmless, right? I think it might have done some good. It's a
Hmm.
good story. It makes kids stop and think, perhaps,
Hmm.
and I think that's what a good story is supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite comedians, Mike Birbiglia, talked about the DARE program. He was like, "Is that like reverse psychology?" Because he's like, "Are you daring me to take drugs? Because it sounds like you're daring me to take drugs. So you telling me not to? Because I'm going if you tell me not to."
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it goes to what you're saying,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, listen, I think maybe someone should have given Charlie Sheen this comic, uh,
There you have it. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk
Yeah.
about addiction problems, right?
But I do think, a lot of these were really sincere efforts, I think, to reach kids and to educate them. I mean,
Hmm.
this is hard hitting, but it's not as hard hitting as, and I know as a Daredevil fan, you are undoubtedly familiar with the 1993 promo Daredevil versus Vapora. And
Yeah,
that was promotional for the Gas Appliance Manufacturers Association. It's a real
hmm
thing out there, Rick.
yes, I hear you. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I think this was Yeah, Bob, you bring up some good points. And I do think Peter David did the best he could with the direction he was given. Right? He was like, well, I'll bring in a an alien, mysterious alien drug pusher to try to kind of change it up a little bit.
Right.
And and I liked the sci-fi message of, well, we could take over this planet, but we need to get them from within. And the
Sounds
best way to get
plausible.
it from within is to get them, filling up their heads with drugs and, other substances or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was kind of an interesting way, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. And I like the fact that they had Mitch's friend, his best friend, right? Trying to, of course, he's reaching out to Cap, and Cap's
hmm
very clear that, like, well, there's lots of folks that you can reach out to. And I like that message. But what I really liked was that they had his friend trying to find help
hmm
for him.
hmm
So I think that's a great message for kids to look out for your peers.
All right, Bob, what is you go first? What is your favorite panel?
Ooh, this is a tough one, Rick. I don't know if you noticed, but there are no page numbers in this book.
Uh, Mine has page numbers at the bottom.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh, interesting. Mine does not have page numbers.
that's because yours came later and it was lame.
Mine has coupons. It also has, yours probably doesn't have all of these crossword puzzles,
No, does
no,
not.
or find words.
No.
So yeah,
All right,
this
yours is
is
better.
okay. So I'm like, I think my favorite panel is, when Mitch first we first meets Harry, Nick Cage. There's a great panel on the lower left of that page where we are looking very close up into Harry's face, the alien, disguised alien's face. And he's wearing sunglasses. And we see Mitch's frightened eyes looking back, reflected in the alien sunglasses, as well as the streetlights reflected on the other lens. I like that. I think that's a really nicely done panel. It's very evocative, of fear and
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, the reflection in the sunglass. That's a good one.
And what about you, Rick? What's ringing your bell tonight?
I'm gonna go with page number 3.
Uh huh.
So that is where Cap is fighting the drug dealers in the very beginning.
Uh huh.
And he says, and many others I'd share with you if you were still conscious. What I
Yeah.
like about this one
Yeah.
is there's a guy on the floor, there's another guy falling on the floor. Cap is catching his ricocheted shield in his right hand, and with his left hand, he's picking up the phone to dial the FBI.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's so much action going on, and it just also just points out that Cap's like a badass. He's just in control, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like he doesn't even have to look. He's
Yeah.
just catching his
Yeah.
shield without looking and picking up the phone without looking, and he's just watching the guy fall to the ground.
Yeah.
And then he says, "If you were still conscious." That's my favorite.
My wife, she's got me. Yeah, you familiar with shuffle dancing, Rick?
I am not.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's a thing now. I think it's shuffle dancing. I don't think it's shuttle dancing. I think it's shuffle dancing. It's shuffle dancing. And basically it's a bunch of moves like Running Man and the Charleston,
Uh huh.
and some Running Man in circles in Charleston. Anyway, and they're for exercise.
Uh
And
huh.
so she's made me promise to do it at least 2 or 3 times a week with her, these 5-minute videos. What I've discovered,
You do this in the privacy of your own home.
absolutely, what I've discovered is I have absolutely zero coordination. So when
Uh
I
huh.
look at this panel of Captain America, I am in awe uh,
Uh
that he
huh.
can do all these things at one time. When I can apparently raise one leg while moving the other leg, shuffling
Hmm.
across the floor. So
Every day you're shuffling.
every day I shuffle.
Hmm.
So I think she's trying to prepare me for something. So what about t-shirt, Rick? What are you gonna slap on a t-shirt?
I am gonna go with page 15. panel number 6.
Uh-huh.
So this is the one where Cap says, everybody feels that way. No one can or should feel happy all the time. That wouldn't be normal. I think that's a good message,
I
right?
do think that's a good message.
I think that's a message. Yeah, it's one of those things where you wear a t-shirt and you're like, if one person reads this and it makes their day or gets through to them, then I accomplish something. And I think this message would be one of those things that I would hope for.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
How about you, Bob? What's going on
Well,
your t-shirt?
I feel silly now. I feel silly and very shallow. Uh, but I'm going to go with like you've got the. I think you're reading the F.B.I. copy. The back of my
Yes.
copy
Mm-hmm.
is fellow sponsors: Coca-Cola, Coronet, Healthy Choice, Tyson, Ocean Spray, some other companies, right? That sell goods at Wald Bombs.
Mm-hmm.
But on your copy, I think Captain America is on the back. Is he?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's Captain America, and he's holding a white like poster board, right? A
Yeah. So
blank
that
space.
companies could stamp their name in there. Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Mm-hmm.
what I want on my t-shirt. And I want it so that I can write whatever I want with erasable ink in that box.
I like it. And
Yeah.
because that's I'm pretty sure that's John Romita Sr.,
It does look like it. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Got a great
Yeah.
smile on that cap.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah.
This special edition Captain America comic book is presented to you by.
Have a nice day. My name is Bob. The possibilities are endless what I could write in that white box.
That's true.
So,
I like it. That's
yeah.
smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
All right. What's going in your time capsule?
Well, it's got to be the first appearance of the Zin, right?
Okay.
I was surprised. The history of this is that this came out, right? And then there was a Captain America Goes to War Against Drugs 2, which had a separate story with the New Warriors. And then those were bundled into a comic that were, I guess, distributed at comic shops.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Zin are canon. This is apparently 616. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
maybe we'll see him again.
I am very surprised. You were doing the opposite. Normally,
Uh huh.
you pick something from the comic that is time period-ish,
Yep.
and I pick something that's like, well, this is the first of this or whatever.
Right.
So we're doing the opposite. So I'm
Yeah.
going to the mention of Cap saying you can call this number or look them up in the yellow pages,
Nice. Yeah. Right.
and that's what I'm going with.
Love it. Love it. I think you might see the Zin on a future Captain America fantasy football, whatever it is, draft.
Fantasy draft.
Fantasy draft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've only done 5, Bob.
The Zin might be hot property. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah.
all
If
right.
they abduct Duffy.
And by the way, the how do you spell Zen?
A TZIN.
Yeah.
I
So I just came up with Zen. I
yeah.
didn't know. It could very well be Tizin.
Could
I,
be Tizin.
I don't know. I assumed it was a silent T.
Yeah. What's interesting is do you have a copy of Captain America, America's Avenger?
I don't know. I don't think
It's
so.
it came out in 2011. It was a one shot. It's sort of like a handbook, the handbook, universe handbook, where it has all the descriptions of characters. Well, this is one that is specifically Captain America, so it has all the main villains and allies and whatever Cap
Hmm.
adjacent. They're actually listed in that handbook.
The Zen are?
The Zen,
Wow.
yeah,
How about that?
of all of the ones that they could have selected, and obviously they had to make some choices. But
Huh.
yeah, the Zen are in there.
Huh,
The
that's
Zen are
pretty cool.
in.
Why that silent T. You know what that reminds me? It reminds me of a joke. Uh, why can't you hear a pterodactyl in the bathroom?
Why? Why
Because
can't you?
the P is silent.
Oh, I like that one. Oh,
All right, Bob. This has been a lot of fun wrapping Cap.
yeah.
Uh, I would say, everybody, if you don't mind, please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. And you know what? Matter of fact, Bob, I believe we've got a Apple 5-star review that I can share. Would you like to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
All right. This one came out a few months ago. I think I forgot to mention it, so I'm going to get to it now. And the person who wrote this is goes by Arumidden, and it's a 5-star review, and says these guys know Cap like no one else. I became a fan of Cap back in 2011 when the first MCU Cap movie came out. I started reading Captain America comics back in July, starting with the original Tales of Suspense stories, and found you guys when I was looking around for YouTube videos talking about those issues. Needless to say, I absolutely loved listening to you guys break down the issue as I read through them and subscribed to your channel immediately. I listened to it as a podcast when commuting to and from work. You guys truly get Cap on a level that no one else does. I haven't listened to all your episodes yet since I'm following along chronologically, but I just reached the Secret Empire Nomad saga and wanted to tell you guys just how much I've enjoyed the podcast. Can't wait to get all caught up.
Ah,
Yeah, well, thank you, Aramidden. We appreciate you giving us a 5-star review, but more importantly, we appreciate the comment too, because that always gives us some feedback on what people like and don't like. So, thank you for taking the time to do that. And to the rest of our listeners out there, if you don't mind, again, please rate, review, and subscribe. And also, there is a link in our show notes that shows you the top 10 free and fast ways that you can support the show. So please check that out if you don't mind.
hmm.
Bob, any final words before we close the show?
No, I'm glad we had a chance to do this, Rick, and I'm looking forward to what we tackle next week.
All right. Well, for Bob Lucius, I'm Rick Verbanis, and you have been listening to another episode of the Captain America Comic Book Fans Podcast.
I'm sorry, Rick, I got so caught up in the coupons. This is 50 cents off a 10.5 ounce package of Jolly Time microwave popcorn. What
50
if it's
cents. Dude, back then,
yeah,
that was like a lot.
that big money, right? Oh,
Yeah.
it expires November 9th, 1991. Doggone it. Oh well.